Distinguished Chairman, distinguished Senators, Honorable House of Rep members, ladies and gentlemen, my intervention is very brief. One is to urge, through the committee, the members of the body of benchers and the Nigerian Bar Association to try as much as possible to harmonize their memoranda. They are contradictory positions, which should not be so. For instance, the body of benchers of old had an idea that we should be having live members. You can't have live membership in a democratic society. There are about 200,000 lawyers now. If some of my friends who become body of benchers members at 45 are lucky to live like Shifafe Babalola, who is 92 now. So you will have been in the body of benchers for 45 years or 50. That should not be allowed in the democratic society. Secondly, in talking of Legal Practitioners Regulatory Council being proposed, again for the bar, we need some democracy. We are talking of about 21 members of the council being proposed by the NBA. 17 of them will be nominees of the president of the Nigerian Bar Association. This is not personal, you know, we don't know who becomes NBA president tomorrow. The point I'm making therefore is that we need to open up these bodies and make them democratic and carry all the members along. That's on that. Secondly, on law school, I think it's important to clarify certain points. The Council of Legal Education Act was enacted in 1962 for the creation of one law school. Nowhere, in fact, it was never thought then that we're going to have a multi-campus system. And it's important for our colleagues to realize that in 1999, we had 5 or 6 batches of students who had no place to go. They contacted me, and I had to go to court because the law school in Lagos had already been sold to a businessman who wanted to turn it into a hotel when the school moved to Abuja. So we had only one campus. It was because I went to court that we got an injunction restraining the government from selling the law school in Lagos. That when the Obasanjo regime came on board, we were then invited. What do? Why don't you have, instead of 2 law schools, why don't you have a multi-campus system so that, you know, you won't create a lot of problem asking everybody to come to Lagos or Abuja, and that is how we had the multi-campus. It was not an idea. It wasn't the idea of the Council of Legal Education. It was brought by circumstances. Secondly, the law has not been amended to empower the Council of Legal Education to create campuses. Nowhere in that law are they allowed to do that. Furthermore, I think a very good point that has been made, I think well made by the president of the bar, and I think the chair of the Council of Legal Education, is inadequate funding. And I have asked some of the respected members, including Senator Smart, you know, Adeyemi, my comrade, who moved this bill, who proposed this bill. What of funding? If you are going to have a multi-campus system, you must also guarantee that you are going to fund. And I think that is the bottom line. The last point, sir, and I think in an opening, in a public forum of this nature, we need to open up and engage in complete transparency. Yes, the capital vote for the law school is meager, in fact unacceptable. But we have about 5,000 students averagely annually in the law school. The current fees, because I'm speaking for the poor, the current school fees of the law school per student, the current fee is 296,000 naira. Please. And 20,000 naira application form. For application form. And that is 316,000 per student. If you multiply by 5,000 students, you get about 1.5 billion naira per annum. From fees alone. Students also pay for accommodation and other things. Please, the point I'm making therefore, the Rivers example is commendable. It's exemplary. If you're also going to have a multi-campus system, because we are talking about federalism, we must also tax the state government in each of the geopolitical zones to also contribute to the development of the law school. Because we are training lawyers that will be their own, they are their own students, their own children. And so all state governments must also be factored in talking about the multi-campus system. Thank you very much.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen,